So, what exactly does the law that governs our elections say about this kind of really extraordinary possible scenario? I'm joined by Rick Hasen. He's a law professor at UCLA and the director of the Safeguarding Democracy Project there. He's also the author of a new book, A Real Right to Vote. Rick, thanks for joining us. Can you walk us through what an open convention without a President Biden as the nominee would look like at this late stage?
Well, the way that the rules work they're pretty loose on the Democratic side. Even today, if Joe Biden continued to stay in the race and delegates wanted to vote for someone else, they'd have the legal ability. I mean, politically, it would never happen. But the delegates would have the ability to choose a nominee. And because this is happening before the convention, there would be enough time for potential candidates to be campaigning, potentially debating, and then it would all be decided this summer at the convention. Once there's a nominee out of the convention, the rules in most states essentially say whoever is the nominee of the major party gets to appear on the ballot. So election law is not going to be an impediment if there is the political will to make a change here.
So just to underscore what you're saying there, there's what happens at the convention, and then there's the question of whose name shows up on that Democratic line in all these different states. And you say it basically would be automatic. Would there be any potential for legal challenges?
Well, yeah, I think there are potential. And one thing you may remember, there was a fight in Ohio a few weeks ago because Ohio's rules required that the nominee be chosen before the date of the Democratic convention, which is kind of late in August this year. And so the Democrats have been planning to do a kind of virtual roll call vote and officially nominate Biden before the convention. That would be somewhat up in the air. So there could be states with different deadlines. There might have to be some litigation. The other thing is, remember, when people are voting, they're not voting for the president, they're voting for electors. In some states, the electors are pledged to have to vote for the candidate who is named. In other states, they were not so pledged. So things get complicated. It would be much more complicated if there was an attempt to replace a candidate after the nomination process. Before the nomination process, I'm confident that whoever the Democrats pick would be on the ballot in the lion's share of the states.
All right, everyone bookmark this one because we will be revisiting this topic, it sounds like. Rick Hasen, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.